I tried installing the new Call of Duty on my PS5, but found out I didn't have enough storage, so today I'm going to show you how easy it is to upgrade it. For this, you'll need your PS5 and a new NVMe M.2 SSD. In my case, I bought this Samsung 990 Pro. If it doesn't come with a heatsink, you'll need to also buy one that will fit the SSD like I have here on the left. First, we're going to install the heatsink on the drive, and for this, we need to see what we got in the box to know what we're working with. Looks like this one came with a screwdriver. Sweet! So then we are going to take a look at the instructions where we find this diagram that tells us where everything goes. Pretty straightforward. Now let's open the NVMe M.2 SSD and get our stuff ready. According to the instructions, we'll need to install a thermal pad right on the heatsink base first. This heatsink came with 3 pads, but according to the instructions, we will only need 2. I've installed my thermal pad on the base and I cut a little piece off to match the shape of the base. The screw will go there. Then we're going to place the SSD on the base, lining up the notches and pressing slightly to ensure good contact. Next, we will place another pad on top of the SSD. Forgot to tell you that these pads have a protective plastic that needs to be removed before you place it on the base or the SSD. Finally, we will grab the heatsink and place that on the pad. Make sure that the flat side is what makes contact with the thermal pad and not the fins. The fins face up. Make sure contact is good, and now we go ahead and fix the heatsink to the base with these 6 screws that are included with the heatsink. Now get your PS5 ready. Mine is the first gen and has a disk drive, so if you are following along, the PS logo is on the front plate in the top left corner. The SSD actually goes in the back, so we'll go ahead and turn it over. Opening this bad boy is a little tricky. You just lift from the top right corner slightly and pull the whole thing down towards you. This is the easiest way I found to explain it. Hope it works for you. Now, the silver plate with the black screw is what we need to get into to install our SSD. So take your screwdriver and remove that screw along with the plate. Inside, you'll find the NVMe M.2 port. It is compatible with several different lengths of drives. In order to place your drive, you'll need the spacer and screw that are located at the top of the port here, so please remove them. Then your camera will fall right on you just to let you know that you forgot to place the spacer. In this case, my drive is a 2280, so I will place the spacer in the corresponding hole marked with 80 and then connect the drive. Then secure it in place with the screw and put everything back together. Putting the plate back is way easier. No need to lift anything, just slide it up into place until you hear. Now plug in your PS5, and when it boots, it will ask you to format the newly installed M.2 SSD. You will only need to do this once. Yes, it will delete everything on that drive. It will not delete any of the files already on the console. If it's a new drive, no big deal, but if you are using a drive you already had, make sure you back it up before formatting. Otherwise, you will lose everything on the drive. After formatting is complete, you will boot up into your PS5 like normal, and all you need to do is go to settings and storage, where you'll see that your console still shows the same drive. But if you go down to the next option, M.2 SSD storage, you will confirm that your drive was successfully installed. Last thing to do is to change the installation location, so all your new apps and games go to this new drive from this point on. Hope you found this helpful. Please leave a like, and if you're trying this upgrade, let me know in the comments how much more storage you're adding to your PS5. Happy gaming!